guys, it's Susi G here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have an awesome story time for you guys. I don't understand why I never made this story time like sooner, but recently this week I was reminded that I had auditioned to La Banda a while ago. So yeah, let's get started. Recently I was reminded, like I said, that I had auditioned to La Banda, and I don't know why, like it had like completely left my mind that I had done that. Yeah, so let's get started. Let's back up a little bit. Okay, so the first season of La Banda was when CNCO won, and a little bit before they even won, like 2 episodes or so before they won, I remember like sitting on the couch every Sunday watching it. And there was this one Sunday that they had like right between like commercial breaks and like after the show is over, they're like, you know, if you have this and this age and you like to sing and whatever, why don't you try out for La Banda and blah blah blah, right? So I went into my parents' room and I was like, I want to audition for La Banda. And they were like, I don't know, I feel like it was something that probably like my parents didn't believe that I was actually gonna do. Wait, is this even, do I even have this on right? Hold on. Okay, I feel, okay, this feels a lot better. Okay, let me just continue. I don't know, I honestly like feel like they didn't really take me seriously when I was like, yeah, I want to audition, blah blah blah. So right after I was done talking to them, it was December around that time, I remember, and I go on La Banda website, I filled everything out, and after I was done filling everything out, I was like, I just signed up for La Banda. Oh my god. I literally automatically started texting all my friends. I was like, I think I just signed up to go to La Banda. I just signed up to go to La Banda, and like all this stuff, and I was like, oh my god. And my parents were like, oh my god, you did it. And so when you signed up for La Banda, I don't really remember because it was like 2 years ago. I was like 15. I'm 17 now, almost 18. I remember they ask you to submit 2 videos, right? And then from there they email you back again or whatever. So a little bit after that, like I think it was like a week or 2 or a few days later, I got an email saying like, you have been selected for La Banda and whatever. I think I still have the emails. I'll put them here somewhere. And I was like, oh my god, I freaked out because I was like, crap, like I'm actually going, like I'm going to La Banda, like I'm going, like oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So there was a lot more paperwork that I had to fill out, like a lot more paperwork. My parents had to fill out a lot of paperwork, and I had to select where I wanted to go for my audition, right? And I picked Miami, which was like literally a couple of weeks from that day. So we picked Miami. I went with one of my aunts to Miami, but in the meantime, like I was doing like promo, like I posted on Snapchat, like, you know, I'm going to La Banda, like, and stuff, and like I had a lot of people post in their stories hashtag La Banda Susi G, and I was like, oh my god, that was like something like so cool to me. It's like so insane. I posted a picture, I posted a lot of stuff like saying, you know, I'm going to La Banda, like oh my god, like can you guys like please support me, because obviously when you go to like these kind of contests, you need a lot of support. So I had that, and it was really cool. It was something like really really cool to me that like I had that amount of support from a lot of people. So then it came to the weekend of leaving, right? Like that week of me leaving for La Banda, everyone at school was like, oh my god, like La Banda's this week, and like are you excited, like oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And it was like, I think it was like exactly like 2 years ago around this time, or a year or 2. Yeah, it was 2 years ago around this time, because I remember I came back on February 14th. I remember that. Anyways, so besides the point, so that whole week, like everyone was like so excited for me, like, you know, people were like posting stuff, like they'd see me, they'd Snapchat pictures and be like Susi G, and then whatever. I was so excited, I really really was, but I was nervous. I was really nervous. It was like the first like huge thing I've ever done for singing, and like if we really like sit down and think about it, like I hadn't really done a lot of like singing stuff before that. Like all I did was probably like post covers and that was it. Like that's all I would do at that time. Like that's all I did. So yeah, so this was like a really huge thing for me. It comes to the day for me to leave. We go to the airport. This is my first time like flying on a plane. Like I was so excited. We land in Miami. Our hotel wasn't really ready, so me and my aunt had to kind of like walk around. Like we went to go eat at some place. It was really nice. I had like this pizza with like eggs in it. I think I have a picture. I'll show you guys right here. It was really good food. So then we kind of explored a lot around in Miami because we were in South Miami, and yeah, so we were exploring. We went to Dash, the store, and then we went to these other stores. So then we get to the hotel and it's at night at this point, so I'm practicing the song that I'm gonna sing. My aunt helps me with my questions, like because we had to fill out some stuff that we had to turn in there, and my aunt helps me with the questions and stuff, and then I'm practicing my song. The song that I sung was Halo, and the Spanish song, I think it was Corre. It gets to the day of the audition. I woke up around 2 in the morning. Yeah, around 2 in the morning to get ready and stuff, because then we also had to drive all the way over there to the audition spot. So we get to the audition spot and it's like around 3 or 4 in the morning, and we like went on a taxi there. Because we didn't know how to use Uber back in the day. It was before Uber was like a really big thing. So yeah, so we got there in a taxi, and the lady, there was a security guard there. The security guard, she's like, oh, well, they haven't opened the parking spot yet, so you guys can go park somewhere else or drive around for a little bit before you guys can park and go in. And we were like, well, we can't park anywhere, so like, can we just like sit here in the curb? She was like, yeah, sure, go ahead, that's your deal, right? So we got out. We sat in the curb, and all these cars were driving by and like, oh, get out the car so you can like start forming line or whatever. And so people just started kind of lining up behind us, like on the curb or standing up in the curb, until they finally opened the gates and they told us, okay, you guys have to wait right here. So we all walked literally in a line to like the other side of this building, and we stood right in front of the door. And I was like right in front of the door, and the person was like, so I was standing like right in front of the door, right? And so then the line just kind of just formed, and then like as the minutes went by, the line started forming and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And like I would sing with like the people that were there, like with the kid, well, they weren't kids, they were older than me, with like the people that were there, like I would sing with the like people that were going to audition. Like they had guitars and we were singing and whatever, and it was kind of fun. I think I have a few videos. I'll insert them here if I have them. But yeah, so then someone was like, you do know you're the first one in line, right? And I was like, wait, what? Yeah, you're the first one in line. I was like, oh my god, no, you're kidding, right? Yeah, you're the first one in line. I was like, I'm the first one in line. Wait, so that means I'm going to audition first. Wait, that means I'm not gonna be able to ask someone like how to go, or like, because I'm the first one in line, right? So I obviously started freaking out a little bit, and obviously like I didn't have my parents there with me, and I usually always have my parents with me whenever it comes to like any singing event. And it was like around 6 in the morning when my mom called me, and she was like, you know, I want to wish you luck, I love you, blah 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 blah. I low-key kind of teared up a little bit because I love my mom and whatever. And then my dad called, and that's when I like 2 or 3, 4 teardrops fell down, because I love my dad, and my dad's like always so supportive of me and my singing. So I obviously miss my family, and they wish me a lot of good luck. So then it's 7 o'clock. Someone that works with La Banda, or someone of their production, or whoever it was, comes out to from the door that I was in, and they were like, who's the first one in line? And I was like, I am. They're like, okay, here, can you hold this? Or like, I don't even know if I was holding something. Hold on, let me check. No, I wasn't holding anything. They were just like, can we take a picture of you? And I was like, okay. And then I'm like, I'll insert the picture right here, and it says something about like the first brave soul in line or something like that. And I started getting a lot of Instagram followers by this post because I liked it and I commented, and then all of my family members started commenting on it and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, like, ah! My family is like all on their phones. Like I could feel like all of my family on their phone trying to see like what I posted and whatever. And like that was like super cool. So then they finally opened the doors and we made another line inside, but kind of like the lines outside were still there. And we were kind of still waiting there. And we were taking pictures again. I was taking pictures with other people and stuff, and it was really nice. So then they finally opened the doors. We went in and it was like a rush. Like everything from there was like a rush, right? I had been waiting in line from 4 in the morning to this point was like 7:30, I guess. Everything that happened inside the building was like that. Right? So I went in, they asked for a piece of paper. My aunt had already signed it, so she just gave it to them. So then we formed another line, and it had like the huge like poster board that said La Banda, right? And then that's when Alejandra Espinosa walks by, and I was like, oh my god, like she is so tall and so skinny. So then they told me, can you lean against this wall? And I leaned against the wall. They opened the door and they're like, go in. So I go in and it's like this huge room with like a bunch of curtains separating like a table and like 2 people on the like sitting behind the table. And I go in and I thought, oh, like this is probably where they're gonna ask for all the paperwork, blah blah blah, you know, me, right? So me and my aunt go in. She sits on the chair like next, yeah, and and I go like on the table, like, and I give the papers to the person, and it's like, oh, can you stand on the X? And I was like, oh, the X, yeah, sure. So I stood there. The second I stood on the X, I was like, holy crap, this is the audition. Like, this is the point, this is the audition. Like, I was nowhere aware that this is the audition part. Like, I literally went in thinking they were gonna ask for my paperwork and whatever, and then I was gonna audition, but no. That was the audition part. So I stood there and the guy started asking me questions and stuff, and they're like, how do you want us to remember you? Oh, well, I want you guys to remember me by someone, like I said some crap. I just want you guys to know that ever since that audition, I had been traumatized of interviews. Ever since that audition, I've been traumatized. Like, I can't do interviews because of that audition. Anyways, so I said some crap and then they told me to sing. I started singing and they're like, they stopped me. And then they told me, can you sing the other song? I sang the other song. So then they were writing on a piece of paper, and then they gave me the piece of paper and they were like, okay, can you follow them? And then I walked with this person, with my aunt. I gave him the paper, and then the person grabbed the paper and they were like, okay, thank you so much. We'll have production call you. And they literally, I'm not even kidding, guys. I'm not kidding. They walked me straight to the exit, like literally to the door that said exit. Literally, they walked me to that. I wasn't even in the building for a good 15 minutes. I was probably inside the building for 10 minutes. That's all it was, 10 minutes. When I stepped out of the building, me and my aunt were kind of just like, wait, that was it? Like, that was it? Oh my god, I was in line for so long, just for 10 minutes. I'm just gonna say they were 10 minutes because, oh my god, I can't. After that, my aunt had kept in contact with some of the parents that were there, and they called my aunt and they would ask like, oh, how did Susie do, or how did so-and-so do? And she was like, oh, well, they literally just like kicked us out. Well, they didn't kick us out, but they just like took us out like right after. And some of the people that were calling my aunt had like stayed in there and had gone in through like another level. So I'm guessing there was like a bunch of like levels inside. But yeah, I literally walked towards the exit. I feel like I know for a fact, looking back at it, there's a lot of things I would change. My song selection would have been one. The way I spoke with the guy, like the interviews, like this was all before modeling and Miss International and like pageants and stuff. Like this was all before that. I was on TV and whatever. Like I have clips of my mom recording the little television because I was on TV. But I came home and I was really happy that I went for the experience. I never got a call back from production. I'm still waiting. a few people that I met actually did make it into the show. But that was probably it, guys. Like I said, now I take voice classes. I took a class on how to do interviews, so I'm not as terrified anymore. And I feel like I was young. I was 15. I'm 17 now. Like, everything is obviously different for me now. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to follow me on all my social media: Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Snapchat, and Instagram as official Susi G. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.